Hello guys, so today we're going to be learning about adding fractions with unlike denominators. And I've chosen the pizza picture here, two pizzas, just so that you can see, because nothing speaks of fractions like a pizza does. But before we go on, let's look at what our essential question is. Okay. And our essential question for today is, how can you use a common denominator to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators? How can you use a common denominator to add and subtract fractions with unlike denominators? And before we do that, or let me just go straight to our pre-assessment question. And I have here, which equation represents the fraction of beads that are green or yellow? And I have, the first thing I want to do to find that out is I want to count how many beads they're giving me. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 beads. So my denominator is going to be 8. How many of those beads are going to be green? Well, there's 1, 2, 3, and 4 greens. So my first fraction, the one with the green beads, is going to be 4/8, which we know that 4/8 is the same as 1/2 if we were to simplify that fraction, okay? And then they also want to know with the yellow. And there's only one yellow bead, so that's going to be 1/8, okay? 1/8. So one of my fractions is going to be 1/2, the other one's going to be 1/8. And do I see something like that in here? Yes, I do. 1/2 C over here plus 1/8. Now, to add the fractions, and I'm going to go ahead and do that on the board so that you can see better. But to add the fractions, you're going to see, give me a second, I can't. I'm going to put down the phone so that I can take off the marker. So I have 1/2 plus 1/8. I'm going to get a least common denominator between 8 and 2. And 8 is going to be my least common denominator. It's the one number that both numbers can go into. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 1 is 1. So my answer is going to be 5/8. And that right there is what you get here. On C, 5/8 should be your answer. Okay? Now, we're going to go ahead and do a few more examples because that algorithm, it's not that easy to master. Some of us do have a little bit of a hard time with that algorithm. So I want to go a little slower, okay? So let's do 3/8 plus 1/4 right here. See that? 3/8 plus 1/4. And let's just find what the least common denominator for that is. And that's going to be between 8 and 4, if you can figure that out on your own. It's going to be 8. Okay? So I'm going to make the two fractions plus, okay? And each one is going to be 8, okay? Because that's going to be my least common denominator. And then I'm going to do, 8 divided by 8 is 1. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 2 times 1 is 2. Okay. And then I add that together and I get 5/8. Now, if you don't like the way I did the algorithm, then you can watch Dr. Berger in the next video, and he'll show you a little different way to do it. So there's two ways. I like this way because to me, it's a little more efficient. But he has a little bit of a slower way, and I want you to see both. That's why I am actually posting both videos, okay? So what would be a common denominator between 8 and 10? Well, 40, because 40 goes into 8, 8 goes into 40 5 times, and 10 goes into 40 4 times. So my common denominator is going to be 40. And then I'm going to do my algorithm. Ready? It's a little dance, and you just have to memorize it. 40 divided by 8 is 5. 5 times 7 is 35. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 4 times 1 is 4. And then I can add those two together, and my answer is going to be 39 over 40. Okay? And let's do one last one, just for good measure. Let's choose this one here at the corner. Denominator between 6 and 8 would be 48, but there's one that's less than that, which is 24. 24 goes both, 6 goes into 24, and so does 8. Okay? I do it 2 times because I have 2 fractions, and then I do my little dance, my little algorithm. 24 divided by 6 is 8. I'm sorry, 24 divided by 6 is 4. 4 times 5 is 20. 24 divided by 8 is 3. 3 times 1 is 3. So my answer is going to be 23 over 24. Okay? Now get back over to watch Dr. Berger's video so that you can understand it in a different way if this way was too complicated. All right, guys? Talk to you tomorrow.